Hey, just a brief overview of what Pirana is. Pirana is a workbench for the management of pharmacometric models. Its true strength is its ability to harmonize the use of disparate command line tool sets under one user environment, so lending to harmonized use while preserving the underlying flexibility of those tool sets. For the individual user, it really helps to organize the large number of runs that are associated with typical pharmacometric analysis. However, for the organization, it offers an opportunity and a mechanism to really harmonize the use across individuals for these types of tool sets. Pirana is highly configurable and integrates with many common pharmacometric tools. Non-mem PSN Expose are the historical core tool sets that Pirana was built around, but Pirana now also supports RSpeaks NLME, machine learning model searches with PyDarwin, and most recently, virtual bioequivalence workflows, leveraging the SimSip engine. So the business problem here, why would you want to customize scripts? Might be a question. Pirana has an extensive library of built-in R scripts that cover most of the diagnostics that you'd want to create for a typical pharmacometric modeling exercise. These scripts can be executed on models or sets of models. You simply select the models in the Pirana user interface and then double click on a script, and the script will run and produce the output that you see here. Here in this case is conditional weighted residual versus pred plot. And while most of these scripts are sufficient for supporting within analysis decisions, you may have the need to do things like meet organizational formatting requirements, or perhaps your analysis has something unique about it where the default scripts actually don't put the data in the context that you need to kind of drive your analysis decisions. These are examples for where you might want to customize scripts in Pirana. And fortunately, Pirana makes this very easy to do, as I hope you'll see in this lecture. The general steps are you basically right-click on any Pirana script, and this little menu pops up. You select Edit Script, and that will open the script within whatever text editor you have set up in your settings in Pirana. Here I'm using Notepad++, and then you essentially can review the script and basically customize the code as you desire. What you find is really the code customization often amounts to editing 1 or 2 lines. The scripts are large because of common preambles that handle bringing model run information into the R session to enable generation of the plots, but we'll cover some of that. Once you have the customized script as you need it, you then save that script, and you save it in 1 of 2 locations. If you save it in the Pirana scripts folder of a Pirana project, that will make the script available within that project. You also have the ability to save it in your Pirana home directory. There's a scripts library, which I'll show on the next slide. And if you save it there, it'll be available from this My Scripts area. Here's a very simple example. So here I've drilled down into that template script, the default DV versus pred expose call, faceting by observed name. This analysis only has 1 observation. So again, it doesn't facet. And the type is PS for points and smooth. You can also have PSL, would be point smooth line, which would use a line for each individual connecting the dots. This is the default. Here, I've simply edited that default script, and I've included a facet for gender. And then I've also used the labeler function to basically, instead of using 0 and 1 as appears in the data set, I've selected labels. Instead of 0, I want to show male. Instead of 1, I want to show female. And I've applied a black and white theme with ggplot. So here you see ggplot commands used within the call to expose. Plus, you can use the typical ggplot layer capability to add additional elements. Exceedingly flexible and supports most of what you can do in ggplot. Within this script, you could also manipulate parts of the exposed database object. If you wanted molar concentrations, for example, it would be possible to basically convert your DV and bread to molar and present that. So sky's the limit. Imagination is the limit to what you can do in terms of customizing your plots to get exactly what you need for your analysis, or to produce what your organization needs for downstream convention.
Now, depending whether or not you're using NLME in the metamodel context or non-mem in the mod context, Pirana will know what script to execute. Here, the different script categories reflect the same structure in our script library. When we have library all selected, we're combining both ggplot2 and lattice scripts. You can use the node here to expand the script selections in the different script types. Or if we just want to look at the ggplot2 base scripts, we'll select library ggplot2. Now, I have an NLME model I've executed here in my Pirana workspace, and the only subfolder here is the associated run folder. Let's select that dv versus pred script that we saw in Keith's slides. I'm just going to double click this and run it. Now, the first thing you'll see, which is not enabled by default, here is this script command output. So this is hidden by default in Pirana, but you can also view the script progress in real time in the execution of the script if you go to File, Settings, under Software Integration, R, Expose For, and uncheck Hide Console Window until error in R script. We'll see the resulting PDF output of our DV versus pred expose ggplot2 base plot. I'm going to go back to Pirana. I'll refresh here, and we can see a few things were created. This Pirana reports folder and Pirana temp folder. Now, if I go into the Pirana reports folder, look at files, I can see that the plot PDF is actually saved here. So we can always open it here again just by double clicking and opening in our web browser. But Pirana provides some utilities to make it even simpler to view these plots from your actual project folder. I can select the reports tab and see I have this file run1 dv versus pred. So a nice organization utility of Pirana is it will actually take the control file's name, run1 here, and display the resulting plot. So if you have run2, run3, run4, you'll see that DV versus pred plot organized here. And all Pirana is doing is using the run prefix here, run1, and that's how it knows how to nest the different plots here. So if I were to select a new script, maybe DV versus IPRED, you'll see I have a run1 DV versus IPRED, run1 DV versus pred. And if I go to my Pirana reports folder, I can see the corresponding files here with that run prefix. All right, now let's go ahead and see what happens if we go back to Pirana and try executing this updated script. Now I'll go ahead and open this script up in RStudio now. Remember, this isn't the template script. This is going to be the Pirana transformed template script. And you can see that now we have this dialog, specify arguments to our script. We'll select that PNG for use custom title. Maybe we'll check that. My special title, and load the R script. Now we can see, right, here's the original template and the Pirana transform script, right? It still has the arguments block, but then now you can see this argument supplied from Pirana gets inserted, and we have this arg list object. So, right, we can, any list in R, we can just simply index it and get the corresponding value. So the selected arg file type is PNG, and you can view the list here in your viewer. We provided arguments, but now we actually need to use them downstream in the script. And remember, we're not going to edit the transform script. This is just the temp script that gets saved in the Pirana temp folder. We want to always edit the actual template script. Okay, so now that we know in the resulting script that Pirana transforms and actually runs, it creates this thing, right? The arg list. So given that, let's go ahead and extract the values that we'll need in our template script here. So we can use that list directly or just be explicit. I think the best convention is just use the same tag name as a variable in your script. So file type will be arg file type. Use title will be arg index use title. And title will be arg index title. One thing I'll point out here about the booleans that Pirana provides, you can see in the supplied value, right, what Pirana populates, it's actually a 1 or a 0. So you can use that as is in your control flow statements, right? If you use title equals 1, but for booleans, it's best to treat them as an actual boolean. So we want to go ahead and just do a quick transformation on this, converting it to a numeric value first. Right, so we'll make the actual character 1 a numeric. And then we can wrap that around as logical to convert that to a Boolean value. All right, so we can go ahead and run that, and that evaluates to true now.